Hello, and welcome to our first ever session of Friday favorites. Okay, so if you guys are new, let me kind of explain what's going on because I did a little promoting about this on YouTube. Actually, did the poll to see if you guys were even interested in doing this, and then kind of last minute, I decided to include Facebook with this. So it's going to be a little bit different on Facebook versus YouTube. So let me kind of break down what we're doing. So YouTube, right? This is where it started. This is where I mainly work, because on YouTube we had the Tarot Tuesdays. Hello, Yogits. How are you? Good to see you here. So, like I was saying, we started off with Tarot Tuesdays, and then Third Eye Thursdays, and then Soulmate Saturdays, and then Spiritual Waking Sundays, as you see the theme. So it's like, what can we do on Friday? So Friday, right? I needed a playlist for Friday for YouTube, became Friday favorites. And I was like, okay, so what are we going to do with this? I wanted this to be kind of like you guys want to hear. And so two things are going to happen basically on Friday favorites. Like I'll go live and we'll do live Q&As. And so any questions you have about spirituality and personal development, we will go over here. And so anytime that I am live, I will also add Facebook. Like I said, it was just kind of like a last minute decision. I was like, well, why not? Like, let's go live on Facebook and YouTube, right? And so every Friday, either one of two things will happen. Either I'll be live doing a live Q&A, or see, now here's your chance to let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Now, this will only be for YouTube. So if you guys are watching on YouTube and you're like, hey, I really want to know what star seeds are, can you talk more about chakras? Like anything in my wheelhouse of like personal development, spirituality, spiritual awakening, kundalini, twin flames, tarot, oracle, like we can talk about anything of that. So on Fridays while we're live, let me know what videos you want to see, right? Anything that you want, this will be your, all right, the Friday favorites is for you. So this will be doing the live Q&As, answering your questions, and then I'll be doing your videos. So if you drop in the comment, let me know, like you want a video on like what is a light worker, right? So when I do the video, one, it will only be out on Friday, right? So it will be on the Friday favorites playlist, but then I'll give you a shout out like, hey, Rebecca from YouTube said she wanted to hear about what is a light worker. And so this is her video. Thanks, Rebecca, for the suggestion, right? And so basically that's how it will go going forward. So every Friday we'll be doing Friday favorites. And if I don't have a video suggestion, then we'll just come on and do the live Q&A. And like I said, if I'm doing the live Q&A, we can go live on Facebook as well, okay? If you guys are watching from Facebook and there is stuff you want to see, you guys will just have to go over to my YouTube channel, because I'm not going to be posting those videos on Facebook. Like I said, it was just, I don't know. I figured if I could go live, might as well go live here. But if you guys are interested and you have video suggestions, make sure you comment on my YouTube channel. I will only be taking suggestions of video in the YouTube comments, okay? And then I'll make your video on a Friday. Friday favorites. Okay. All right. Yoga says you're good. I am doing pretty well. I'm really busy the last couple days, and the next it's gonna be a really busy weekend, but it's good, right? I've just been working a lot. Oh, Nikki from YouTube, hi, how are you? Swagit from YouTube, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? So you know how I thought, what I was thinking we could start off today with? So there's a new moon going on, right? We got the new moon in Aries on April 1st, right? So I was thinking I'd just do a really quick collective card pull. Now, this is not going to be tarot readings. You guys are looking for a tarot reading, because everybody knows me as like the psychic tarot reader. That is Tuesday. Tuesday, we will be doing all of the tarot readings. I'm just really quick going to be doing a quick collective card pull. One, it's the new moon. And two, it does take a few minutes for people to jump on the live. So I think I'll always start off with like just a quick 2-minute card pull just for everybody, your daily card that for today will be new moon message. But then we'll jump into the live Q&A. So if you guys have a question, you can go ahead and drop it in the chat while I do the quick card pull. Okay, I got my Moonology deck here with me today. So let's see what messages we have about what you need to know in this upcoming new moon cycle. And if you guys missed my new moon video on YouTube, you guys could check that out. I also dropped some links on Facebook as well on my profile on my page, so you guys could check that out. Went over 5 things you need to know on this new moon, and I did pick a card reading at the end, so you guys don't want to miss that either. Hello, Pallavi. Yoga says, what kind of questions can we ask? So anything that's in my wheelhouse, which is personal development, spirituality, spiritual awakening, kundalini awakening, twin flames. Maybe you have a tarot question, not a question for a reading, but like, what's your favorite tarot deck? How do I read oracle? Like, what, like anything that has to do with that, sure. Anything in that field, right? Just think spirituality, personal development, but that kind of leaves it pretty broad, right? How do I set a moon intention? What should I do for the new moon? Like stuff like that. But anything, if there's something I don't know, it's completely out of my wheelhouse, I'll just say, oh, sorry, it's not my area of expertise. But just, yeah, anything I'd say mindfulness, meditation, yoga, all that type of stuff, anything in the spiritual realm. Okay. All right. I see a question for Paula V. I'm going to do the card reading real quick, just the moon reading for 2 seconds, because a card did just jump out. So we have full moon in Taurus. I actually feel this is about letting go. It's the first energy I was feeling. It says your dreams need a practical plan, right? And here's the thing. We are spiritual beings, and manifestation is great, and connecting to the spiritual side is wonderful, but at the same time I'm still a physical being here in the moment, right? And so it's like the metaphysical and the physical come together. So sometimes even with that manifestation, you have to take that action step, and in that word action is in law of attraction, and so it's the metaphysical and the physical coming together. So your dreams need a practical plan. It's like I want you to bring both worlds together, merge them together. Go do your moon manifestations, right? Tap into the new moon in Aries, but also you might have to take an action step to start to get the ball rolling. And a lot of times it's just one small baby step into the area and the energy, and then spirit kind of takes over. It's meeting it halfway, right? And so the dreams need a practical plan is the card everybody got to work on over this new moon cycle, new moon in Aries for the next 2 weeks to about 30 days, right? Okay, so Paula V's got the first question. She says, what do we need to do if there's a lot of distraction, so much on a plate to do? Oh my God, perfect timing with this. Any spiritual advice? God, I'm going to need to take my own advice with this. I'm going to be very honest with you guys right now. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's another question. Okay, so much on the plate to do. That's where I really felt, even this morning. Okay, so hold on. Even this morning, I had my schedule like planned out this week. So I was like, everything works out. I'm in the flow. I know I'm working like this psychic fair tomorrow. It's like 8 hours and channeling that long. I need like Sunday off. And I know I just had to plan everything accordingly. Then all of a sudden Wednesday, all of a sudden it was like Etsy order, Etsy order, Etsy order. I was getting them like every hour. And I was like, oh my God, I can't keep up. Like I had to change my delivery time because there was like so much to do and I couldn't keep up. And I was like, oh my God, it's a lot of mental energy and it's a lot of channeling. So I actually really relate with this, Paula V, because I was like, what do I do? I was like under the gun, like all this pressure. I have to get all of this stuff done. And I was like, oh my God, because I know I'm not going to be available Saturday and Sunday. And so I was just like, okay, it was a lot. I didn't expect it. And so there's 2 paths you can do with this. One, I could choose to get very overwhelmed with so much to do, right? And then I know me, and maybe even some people, when there's so much to do, it's like, it becomes too much, and then sometimes you back away. Or I could look at the other side and be like, hey, I'm grateful. Look at this. I got an Etsy order. I got money coming in. I have this platform to work on. There's so many blessed things, right? Because all of that stuff did come up. And I knew that like I used so much of my mental energy today. And so this is you saying spiritual practices, right? So here's what I did, because I was like, whoa, 8 hours channeling yesterday, and I go straight into an 8-hour fair Saturday doing more psychic channeling. I was like, I have to make sure I ground and take care of my spiritual self. So what I did, you say any spiritual practices? I meditated this morning, right? Did my moon manifestations, and I work with some bay leaves. And then I did a meditation, and then I got showered and got ready, and then I jumped into another meditation. I've meditated like 3 times. Now they've all only been like 5-10 minutes, but I just knew, I was like, hey, I just need a minute to ground, because I had like all the stuff to do in between. And I was like, okay, it's too much. Like I have to take a break. So what I want to say is, when you have too much on your plate, time management is key. And I'm like the worst with that. And so that's why I had to, like, remember I talked about, I had to schedule out my week to make sure everything was even keel. And I didn't just spend too much time here, too much time here, too much time here. Or, oh my God, it's so much, I'm overwhelmed and I do nothing, because that can come up a lot with people. So time management is key. Again, taking breaks. I know I worked for, it was like an hour this morning doing all the stuff, and I was like social media, and I'm like not one that's good with EMF. And so I was like, I have to stop. And I stopped and did like a 7-minute crown chakra meditation and some mudras and stuff and some deep breathing, because I know I needed it. So what you could do, yes, spiritual practices, breath work is always good. Just some deep breathing, square breathing. I don't care. Take, even if it's only 5 minutes, right? Like, you can give yourself 5 minutes to stop and do a quick meditation. Maybe you're not into that and you just want to go for a walk. Do a walking meditation. I don't care. Put some headphones on, just walk around the block. Like, walking is great. So when there's so much on your plate, time management is key in scheduling out stuff. But also, like, I wasn't prepared for all those like other things that pop up. So making sure I didn't lose my cool yesterday, and making sure I had my grounding stuff in place today, because otherwise, I'm telling you, I could be like a basket case without my spiritual practices. So it's good to keep those up on a daily basis. But you also said, what do we need to do if there's a lot of distractions, right? So do you mean this by like, is it you're using stuff as a distraction to avoid issues, or is it a person, place, or thing? Clarify the distractions, because what kind of distractions are we talking about, Paula V? All right, I'm going to keep scrolling on the chat while I just wait for her to, because that can be a lot of the mind, and I can let you know how to get out of that. If it's a physical thing, it just, yeah, I want some clarity on that. Okay. Seema Khan, hi, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Priya, hi, welcome. Lovely to have you in the chat again. Hola, hola. All right. Does anybody else have a question on personal development, spirituality, anything on your spiritual journey? You can drop it in the chat. I see Paula V has another, looks like 2 questions on there I'm going to get to in a second. But before I jump off that one, I wanted to see what kind of distractions, like what she was coming up, so I can know people around us, the things we don't have, these distractions. I always have the glass is half empty perspective. There we go. Thanks for clarifying, because it can be of the mind, right? And that's the thing. Here's what I want to say. Our minds are actually programmed to always look to the negative first. So having that like glass is half empty as your natural response, or going to the negative response, is your brain doing what it's supposed to, right? And so we have to kind of rewire the brain. Like I always talk about reprogramming the subconscious mind and stuff like that. And it almost has to become a habit. Okay, so think about it this way, right? Because I was negative for like 35 years. I was so negative, I didn't even know I was negative. Like, I just thought it was normal, right? And so basically it takes 21 days to make or break a habit, but it also takes 21 days to program the subconscious mind or reprogram the subconscious mind. Even further, how I can implement it into my everyday life and it just becomes second nature. It's like a 90-day. So if you can keep doing then, but like what you basically have to do is you have to kind of manipulate it's interesting. This just came up randomly yesterday in a tarot reading, but I love that it's coming up again. You kind of have to like mind manipulate your mind in a good way, because there's a couple of things you can do. If you have a negative thought, you could think 2 more positive, because it kind of cancels that out. Some people say the words clear, cancel, delete, right, to let go of that negativity. But I want you to overpower that negative energy with positivity. Right now, your brain's first response is positivity, right? And so if you're always like expecting the worst, it's because your brain, your RAC, I'm sorry, your RAS, your reticular activated systems in your brain is like programmed. That's what I'm focused on. It's a negative. This is what I expect. This is what's going to keep pulling in, because that's all you know. And so if you keep bringing that positivity, affirmations are great. They program the subconscious mind or reprogram it. I always tell people to say the opposite of what they feel, right? Because then you can actually speak it into existence, and then you get your brain to start believing it. Right? We have to kind of like trick the brain out of the negativity and program it into the positivity. So it's like literally, I didn't even know I was doing this at the time. I just like intuitively started doing it after my awakening. But it's like, sure, I'd have a negative thought and I'd say 2 more. Next thing I know, I'm like sitting on the couch and it's like butterflies and flowers and rainbows and love and light. And I just have all these positive thoughts, but like I tricked the brain, right? I started doing all the I affirmations, right? I started saying more positive stuff, because if it's all negative, like that's what your brain's going to keep focusing on. But if you overpower positivity, your brain's like, wait, that's not my natural response anymore. So you could try that, because yeah, that can help you change your perspective into a more positive one. Okay, next question says, Paula V, Astaria, does law of attraction really exist? I love this question. Here's what I want to say. Law of attraction is real regardless, because here's the thing. If you believe it does exist, you can see it for what it is, and it is real. If you don't believe it's real, it will keep showing you that. What you believe, you will perceive, right? And so if you're so focused on, oh, it's not real, I don't believe it, I don't believe it, I don't believe it, that's what you're telling yourself in your brain, that it's not going to come true. But I'm telling you, if you believe that it's real, it's like whether you believe it or not, either way, it's going to come true on what you believe, right? The belief has a lot to do with what it is. Then you continue to say, I mean, I never get what I want. Okay, one, watch the wording. A couple things with law of attraction. I would delete the word want from your vocabulary, because if you say want, the universe will give you more wanting energy. And what does wanting do? It keeps you waiting. And so then you'll never get it. But then also, it is really watching your words. You have to really believe that it's already yours and speak it into existence like it's here now. I'm always surrounded by negativity. Okay, people, places, and things really do affect your energy. I was actually going through this morning too. Where you live, right? You could sage the house, get rid of it. Be careful who you surround yourself with, because you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So if you're a bunch of negative Nancys, that energy is going to come upon you. Like I had to I outgrew like my 3D friends, and I started hanging out with more, that's the intention of the universe, calling my soul tribe family member, and I started aligning with more like 5D connections and light workers and stuff. You really are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. Your vibe is your tribe is your vibe. There's a couple things that are going on, but like, so be careful who you're giving your energy to and what you're giving your energy to. How can we pray so God will listen? God, are you in my mind today? I'm telling you, it must be the moon energy, but I've been really triggered this morning. And you talk about like, I never get what I want, and I'm always surrounded by negativity. I was having that moment this morning, and you said, how can we pray so God will listen? I literally was having all these moments this morning. Like, I'm human, like we all are. And all this stuff was happening, even as I'm saying the words out loud, like, what? Like, I've been being a little dramatic, but this is kind of what's happening. It's like, why? Nobody ever listens. Oh my God, I'm breaking down. It's like so much pressure. You know, I'm like crying, oh, I can't take it anymore. Right? And it's like, and I know it sounds ridiculous as I'm saying it. And I'm like, okay, this is not the energy I want to be in. This is what I'm speaking to the universe, like more grief. And so I have to like, one, I had to let it out because I felt like it needed to be released, but two, because I couldn't just shove it down and push it down. That's not good, right? We have to, the feminine side of like the shadow work is still addressing it. Just be compassionate with yourself. Don't fall into your shadow too much. Your questions are exactly like what was happening to me this morning. So it's so funny. But how can we pray so God will listen? Here's the thing. The universe, God, your angels, your higher self, whatever you relate with, like the universe is always watching. God does hear everything. You're never cut off from spirit or source. There are times they might step away a little bit because they want you to figure out stuff on your own. And how do you pray so God will listen? Every prayer is answered. Sometimes the answer is no. Right. And so everything always will be answered. And it might be a divine timing thing where it's like, I hear your prayer and your answer. I just can't answer it today. Like next week, next month, next year, if that makes sense. Okay. Let me see. Angel number 44 meaning. Oh, I love this, Priya Gupta. That's what you want to know about, because we have a portal coming up on April 4th. It is the 4-4 portal. And I literally, when I'm done with the live here, I mean, I'll probably take a minute to ground and maybe go do another 5-minute meditation. But I'm going to make the video on this. So for you to ask about that when we're literally about to have this portal is amazing. So here's what I want to say. I'm going to go over the numerology of fours. And then the more fours you see, the more emphasis it is on that. There's the more alignment, because you may see 4 or 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4. You know, like the fours can keep going. Okay. Fours can mean a lot of things, but I'll break it down just really quickly. So four is like a number of grounding, stability. The fours represent like home and family. Fours are actually like me. There's four sides of us. We have the mental, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, right? There's also four elements: air, fire, water, earth. There's also the four directions: north, south, east, west. Four is a really grounding number and stable and foundational energy. So if you're starting to see fours, and it can be a little bit different, it might telling you, hey, I need to ground. I need to face facts. I need to be in reality. And maybe I need to start building or planning. Fours are action energy. And so it kind of depends what you see, like what's going on in your life, because the angels might be saying, time to take action. I'm giving you all these fours. Let's move forward, prepare, plan. Right. But if you're really grounded and stable and everything's like you're in the flow, the angels might just be showing you four, saying, I see you. You're doing a good job. Here's an angel number 444 or 44. Okay, Priya, does that make sense for you? Let me see. Thank you, Paula V. Okay, Prag G often sees 444. Yeah, so you guys pay, when do I have it out? Sunday. You guys on YouTube, I will have the 4-4 portal energy video out, and I'll be going over some like crystals and some stuff to do, how to work with the fours a little bit more. Same Khan says, can I ask a question? Yes, absolutely. Drop it in the chat. Thank you, Paula V. Yeah, not doing tarot readings, but I cannot answer tarot questions. Paula V, same, right from this morning. I'm feeling like this. You know what? It's in the collective today because I've been making all these steps forward. And this morning it was like 1 step forward, 10 steps back. I was like, how did I fall so far? I'm like, I've been doing so good. And I'm like, with my spiritual practices, it's the new moon. It's the energy. And Aries is starting the new cycle. It's the first new moon in this new yearly season we're in since the spring equinox. And so it's probably very triggersome letting go of whatever else was still in, because I can't go into this new moon cycle holding on to all that resistance. So it made sense. It came up this morning. You're not the only one. Trust me, it's going around. If you're like, your questions are exactly how my morning was. I was like, what's happening? I started off such a good start. And I've been like 3 meditations. I did my yoga and I did my mudras and I'm breathing. I'm like, Ruchi, hi, hello, welcome. Ruchi says, hi, I've been seeing 111, 444, 1010, and 1212 a lot. What does these mean? These numbers actually these numbers always catch my eye. So that's the thing, they will. These numbers will call out to you. They are called angel numbers. The most common one is the 1111. Normally, you'll start seeing it before your awakening. I started seeing the ones like crazy, like 6 months before my awakening. I would see 1111 on the clock and 111 on the clock all the time, and wherever else it would just pop up throughout the day. And I started seeing it so much that I was like, what is happening? I had to look it up. Right. And so ones are the new beginning, their manifestation, their watch your energy, watch your thoughts. But if you see the 1111 is like the spiritual awakening number, it means your soul's ready to wake up. 1010 is the new spiritual awakening number. 1111 is almost, you'll see it at your very first awakening, but anytime you need to like go through another smaller awakening. In tarot terms, the 1111 is like the major and the 1010 is like the minor. So we've got the 444. You're saying we just went over what those are. Yeah, so 1212, I would call that an angel code. Anything that's kind of where, yeah, the 1212, or you could even see like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 121, or 421, or 527, or 525, where the outside numbers are the same and the inside number is different, or the numbers go up or the numbers go down. And then even 1212 or 1221, because they're kind of opposites of each other. But again, like I said, ones are the beginning, twos are a lot of balance energy, and they're just angel numbers. So for me, I started seeing them so much that I was going mad, I started to look them up. And I would just Google like angel number 1111, 1111 angel number, and meaning like that. And they all hold like a little particular meaning, but that's how I started to learn like numerology. And it really worked with that because I was just seeing them like ridiculously. Like now I might see it on a license plate or address or whatever. And I just know the angels are saying hi, or there might be a message in that moment. But Yeah, we see them everywhere. We're just not consciously aware of it. So if you're saying these numbers catch your eye, that's because you're spiritually awoken. You're going through some kind of awakening, because half the people, a lot of people, way more than half, don't even see these numbers, or don't consciously know that they see these numbers, right? Even I do see 1212 a lot. That's amazing. All right, guys, are there any more questions? I know if you guys are familiar on the Tuesdays, those are a couple hours, like 1, 2, sometimes 3+ hours. But I think because we're going to do this every week, I wanted to keep it under a half hour. And I don't see any more questions in the chat either. So if there's no more questions, I might end it, but I'll give you guys a minute in case you have another question. I do want to remind everybody, guys, to don't forget to set some new moon intentions. Go work with the moon energy, program some crystals, write out your manifestations while we have this moon energy here. Prague G says, May 25th, I am turning 25. On the 25th, you're turning 25. That is your golden birthday. Interesting enough, my birthday also falls on the 25th, separate month, but my golden birthday was also on the 25th, or when I turned 25. Happy early birthday. I like the background where you do tarot readings on Instagram. I thought I did the tarot readings on Instagram here. The live tarot readings on Instagram? I don't do this anymore. The daily cards? Paula B, which one are you talking about? I think the only thing I've done on Instagram is I was going live every week doing weekly readings, and I didn't keep up with that. I went back to going live on YouTube and Facebook. There's more people on there. The background where you do tarot readings on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not sure. The daily cards. Oh, but they're the same ones. I have those on YouTube too. Right? Oh, you like my backyard. That's my dock. Okay. I live on the lake, right? I was actually just thinking if I wanted to get back to doing the daily cards, and instead of just doing the oracles. But yeah, I might get behind the lake. Yeah, that's my backyard. It's been winter here, so I started doing the oracle reels instead, the oracle shorts. But with the warm weather coming, I'm sure I can get back to filming on the dock again, right? Okay. Hello, Peanut Lover. Hi. We're just wrapping up. If you have a question, you could drop it in the chat. I was just giving it a minute or two to see if anybody had any questions. Jaden at 1430. Hello, hi, welcome. To drop in the chat. I'll be under 2 more minutes because I do have another question. I love your question, Peanut Lover. Do you listen to frequencies? That just gave me goosebumps. Yes, 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 yes. Well, let me tell you about this. I talk about this for hours, but I'll keep it really short. So I went through my Kundalini Awakening 2019, and almost instantly, I started listening to different, I was never into any of this stuff, different guided meditations and sleep guided meditations, sleep hypnosis, and frequencies and hertz and binaural beats and isochronic tones and subliminal affirmations and all the stuff. And so every night when I go to bed, I have these sleep headphones and I listen to different frequencies and hertz. So I do that all the time, but then it really got deeper. And so then I was getting into singing bowls and the shamanic drumming, and I have a gong and an ocean drum and chimes, all the stuff. And so I actually went out to Arizona and got trained as a practitioner. So I do the sound baths, so I'm really into frequencies because the hertz, those frequencies, they do heal on a cellular level. And they do really work, whether you listen to them at night, like I do at YouTube, or you go to the live version of a sound bath. Either way, you find the right hertz. That's the thing. You can listen to 432 hertz, but if you're looking to fix it for this issue and fixes it, you have to find the right one. And so I just started, I was experimenting on YouTube, and I would type up anxiety frequencies, insomnia meditation music, or tooth pain hertz, and I would just look up stuff like that, and I'd find out which one relates to which. Same thing with symbols. You find out which one relates with the chakra. And so I'm all about it every night since January 2019. I listen to it. Don't miss a night. Every night I listen to them. And I do the live meditations as well. So, yeah, I love the frequencies, peanut butter. Do you listen to them? Oh, Pallavi said my voice was breaking. I'm sorry. I even filmed on my phone, and I don't know why when I film on my phone, it like, I don't get many views, but every time I film on my laptop, it's like hundreds. So it's better quality. It's a better camera on my phone. And so I was like, yeah, I'll try my phone, but I'm sorry if it was going out. Okay. Any final questions? I have started listening to subliminals. That's awesome. I will say careful. Like, I was a little iffy on those because if they didn't put what they were in the track, there's different ways that they do them. Like, some people do them, you can't hear them. Some people you can hear them faintly. Some people you hear them saying the same thing twice in a row. I found a few sites that really work versus ones that don't. I use a channel called Vortex Success a lot, and they do tell you what's in them. But yeah, those can work too. Yeah, meditation music. It's so beautiful. Yeah, all that stuff. That's so awesome. I love hearing that other people work with this stuff because, we don't learn this stuff in school. I spent like 35 years of my life not even knowing there was a spiritual world, and then getting open to it. It's like great to hear other people. They're like, yeah, I love that stuff. That's so cool. Myra, hi, how are you? You caught it live, but it's wee hours of the morning. 2:44 a.m. by you. Wow. Well, I'm just wrapping up. I think I got all the questions out. So I'm glad you at least jumped on to say hi. They cover the affirmations by music, Peanut Lover says. Okay, cool. What channel? What is the channel's called meditation music, or are you just saying you like meditation music? Wow, I would be sleeping if it was 2:44 a.m. Interesting enough, I used to be like a complete night owl, and I worked at bars till like 4 or 5 in the morning, like when I was still in the Matrix. And now I like get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm like asleep by 10 p.m. So celestial subliminals. Oh, I haven't heard of them. Thank you for the recommendation. I'll check them out. Here's what I do because I work on like moon cycles. So as we just set the new moon, like I will listen to different frequencies until we have the next new moon. So it's about like 28, 29, sometimes 30 days. And so I just made my new moon playlist of stuff I want to work on. But I'll check out the celestial subliminals and see what they got. Thank you. Got my little smoothie here. You guys know I always have it with me at Terror Tuesdays. Like my morning Gojo juice. I have started listening to subliminals. X-weight loss subliminals. Yeah, I used Mesomorph subliminals and it worked wonders. Yeah, I've worked with the morphic field and stuff like that. I can see how those work. Yeah, subliminals for like the weight loss too. I lost 10 kilograms. We were pounds here in America. What is that? Kilograms? I'm not sure in a month, but hey, that's amazing. I'm telling you, you can find the stuff and it's crazy. The stuff that's out there. It's like regrow your teeth, shrink your stomach, get an arm workout while you sleep. It's so funny, but it's real because you hear it at first, you're like, yeah, right. But I'm like, why don't you work with the frequencies and see what happens? Find the right frequencies, right? They'll heal on a cellular level. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap up the session. Thanks for joining. And I will be back next Friday. Since I didn't get any video suggestions, we'll be doing another live Q&A. So next Friday, we'll be back live on Facebook and YouTube. And I'll be back to answer more questions for you about spirituality and personal development. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you got anything out of this video, do me a favor, that thumbs up button this way. I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a bell too. I want you to hit the bell and turn on all notifications because I do daily videos. I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. That next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. All right, my loves. Thanks so much for watching. And ooh, thank you. Thank you, Peanut Lover. I see the recommendations. I will go check those out. Much appreciated. Thanks so much. Till next time, guys. Be blessed.